Okay, so today we are going to talk about why it's important not to fix things immediately. I'm Virginia Spielman. I'm the Associate Director here at STAR Institute for Sensory Processing Disorder in Colorado. And I'm going to be talking about why it's important that we let our children that we're supporting, the adolescents we're supporting and so on, experience failure, experience negative emotion or negative affect as we call it. And I'm going to talk a little bit for parents at the beginning, and then towards the end I'm going to give some tips for professionals. So what on earth, what is the point of all of this? Well, what we believe is that emotion is a really important part of child development, and that is the full range of the emotional experience. So when we're younger, emotions are very black and white, they're quite polarized. Things are either great or they're terrible, it's a catastrophe. We see that in our infants as they are, cooing or screaming. But as we get older, what should happen is that we should develop a wider range of emotional experience and emotional tolerance. We should be able to tolerate the emotions that we feel. Feeling an emotion is not something that a person can control cognitively, especially as they're younger. So what we want our children to be able to do as they get older and older, and adolescence and even into adult life, we're still developing these skills of experiencing an emotion, recognizing it, and establishing what the response is to that emotional experience. So this goes for positive and negative affective experiences. But it's almost more important with the negatively charged experiences. For example, if I'm experiencing fear, I need to be able to not just tolerate that emotion, but make a plan of action while I'm experiencing it. Our emotions indicate that something needs to happen. So if I'm scared, I want to be able to be that kind of individual who can identify why, and then if it's inappropriate and illogical, then I need to be able to process that. But if there's a reason, right, then it means I'm in danger and I need to change something. As a parent, that might happen on the playground when I'm watching one of my kids take a risk. I need to be able to say, oh, I'm feeling a bit funny right now. Wait a second, I think I'm scared. When I see you doing that, my body's feeling scared, and so I want you to play on that swing or that climbing frame differently. And we want our children to be able to do the same. But what we very often do as caregivers and educators and therapists is we go straight to soothing our children, or we distract them. We distract them out of it, and we rob them of the opportunity to really experience something, to practice that skill. And so I go into the classroom, it's overwhelming, the social interactions are a bit terrifying, and I start to get dysregulated and my little eyes go open. And so someone goes, it's okay, there's nothing to be worried about, everything's fine. And so that opportunity that I had to practice problem solving and naming an emotional experience is gone, because I've been told it wasn't valid. And I've been moved on very quickly to, it's fine, quickly come over here. Or I fall over, I scrape my knee, and everyone around me at the bus stop with my mom says, oh no, oh quick, pick her up, distract her, do something else. And again, I was robbed of this opportunity to realize that the movement risk I just took when I was spinning around the rails at the bus stop resulted in a fall. I probably shouldn't do that again. Ow, this really hurts. I need to clean it. All of those important parts of that experience have gone because of the parents and the caregivers and the people in the line. They got dysregulated. They needed to soothe me and distract me right away. And so I don't develop that skill. And so it's really important that we don't fix things right away, and that we see every negatively charged emotional event, every mistake, every failure, every bad decision as an opportunity to help our young people grow, to help them develop problem-solving skills. And it also, of course, really importantly, helps them develop theory of mind. As they process what emotions mean for them, they can begin to understand more and more and more what emotions mean when other people experience them. And going on from there, if I cause someone negative to have a negative experience, that I can tolerate it, I can problem solve it with them, and that perhaps I won't do it in exactly the same way next time. What that means in the clinic for clinicians is that we also can learn to stay calm and comfortable during experiences that aren't great. We can see them as therapeutic opportunities. That's why I love sharing a gym, a sensory gym, because someone else might be using the toy that we had on our plan to use, and so we can acknowledge that that feels really tricky, it's not nice when we have to share, and we can hold that emotion for our children. We can show them, we can tolerate this experience, and then as they get regulated, we can move on to problem solving with them. The same for falling over. Help them fall over safely, but let them fall over safely. Safety, 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 right? But then hold that disappointment. That movement experience didn't work. Let's problem solve. Let's change our plan. And it's the same for leaving a session. Leaving and transitions are some of the trickiest things that our clients experience. But when we distract them out the session, we rob them a therapeutic opportunity. And so what we want to do is acknowledge, is sit with them and go, leaving is sometimes so difficult. I get it. And just hold it. And then we might be able to say to them, we still have to leave. Do you want to go out that door or that door? Do you want to go out like this or this? Or how can I help you to leave, even though it's really tricky today? We can eventually move to problem solving. So the point today is really to just start taking that deep breath as caregivers, educators, therapists, to tolerate the negative experience, to see it as an opportunity, and to be able to explain that to each other as people are watching us and wondering why on earth we're not immediately soothing the child. We're there, they're safe, make sure that's what's in place first, and then we're learning. They're learning, and that's what's great about negative experiences. So again, comment if you have anything, any further questions, anything that you can think of that you want us to talk about more next time. I hope you're having a great summer, and I'll speak to you soon.